Alright guys, so we are back for part 2 of this sort of top LRs in Dokkan that I'm doing. Now in part 1, if you guys did not watch, I went through all of the summonable LRs in Dokkan. I thought it's very important to separate the summonable LRs from the free-to-play LRs. One of the big reasons for this is because all of the summonable LRs are the best units in the game, and I don't really think like any other even Dokkan Fest really approaches the power of the summonable LR. So they should kind of be separated and kind of judged on a different scale to the rest of the units in the game. Free-to-play LRs, a lot of them are very good, very useful. Of course, they're not as good as the summonable LRs. So we're going to go through basically, you know, a listing of all of them in order, starting with the worst, which I feel is LR Piccolo. Now, I'm sure there's going to be people who are upset about this, but it's just a fact. LR Piccolo, I can't see any reasonable, why there's any LR worse than Piccolo. I just don't see it. Because Piccolo brings virtually nothing to the table. His leader skill, here's one thing he does do. The team in Dokkan with the most health in the game is an LR Piccolo-led team with Rainbow LRs on it. So you can have the most health. It's like 620,000 or something like that. But that's it. You know, the team's not going to have any attack or defense. He hits like a feather. He doesn't even really defend that well, you know, as you guys can see once you use him in Super Battle Road. I mean, I will give him this. His links are not bad. So, for like Super Int, Shocking Speed, First Awakened, Legendary Power, even Gaze of Respect, all can come into play because, you know, of course, he'll link up good with LR Gohan. He'll link up good with Ultra Instinct Goku. I think he'll link up good with Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, who has experienced fighters, correct? Yeah, he does. Okay, so LR Piccolo, at the very least, does have good links for Super Int. But, you know, then, you guys know how I like to rank units. The category teams they are on is big for me. You know, and, like, a thing I'm going to do moving forward is, if a unit is very good in Super Battle Road, or an Extreme Z Awakening event, I'm going to give that unit, like, extra points there. What is it that all free-to-play players want to beat? Super Battle Road. So if a unit is amazing in Super Battle Road, for me, that makes that unit more valuable, better. This Piccolo, he's just in the Namekian category. The Namekian category, by the way, is clearly the worst category in the game. Like, there's no way to argue this. It's just, it's not great. it's not good. So LR Piccolo brings almost nothing to the table. We got him at the bottom. Now, next, we have LR Kid Gohan here. Now, again, LR Gohan doesn't bring a lot to the table. Piccolo most definitely has better links than this Gohan. But, I mean, things like Legendary Power, Z Fighters, the Saiyan Lineage, I guess, Innocence, Saiyan Warrior Race, those can be useful on his one category team, the Hybrid Saiyan. But again, here's the thing. Gohan is on the Hybrid Saiyan category, which is a real category team. Even though there are many better units than this Gohan, you know, you could still run him on the Hybrid Saiyan team, and he'll be useful. So, you know, there are definitely worse units out there. His leader skill is solid. Maybe now it's starting to get kind of a little bit unuseful. 77% is kind of low, but I don't know. It's not bad, right? It's not terrible. He is incredibly difficult to get. Well, I don't know. He was incredibly difficult to get. Now there's so many good units that I would think most players should be able to beat one of the Super Battle Road stages consistently. Okay, if you have LR Vegito or LR, you don't even need them. You only need, like, a friend, LR Gogeta or LR Vegito, and they pretty much wash Super Battle Road. Like, just as long as you're not, like, a brand new, fresh account, most accounts that have been playing for a while, you should be able to beat one of the Super Battle Road stages, probably, again, Super Int or Super Tech or Super Physical, one of those three. You know, because there's so many good units now. LR Goku and Frieza, even like Android 16 is a pretty easy, you know, very good defensive option for the Super Tech, Super Battle Road stage. And then if you beat it 20 times, that will give you a copy of this Gohan. So he's not as hard to get now as he used to be. Of course, there is a second Super Battle Road LR. But that's basically talking about this guy. he doesn't really defend great, and he doesn't really hit even that hard either. That's why he's more towards the bottom of the list. Next, we have the Tech LR Ginyu Force. Now, this is another thing. I'm sure people are going to be very upset about Tech LR Ginyu Force being this low, but here's the thing. His category team, I mean, it's like, that's all I'm going to give it. You know, it's cool that it's pretty much a full rainbow free-to-play team, but, like, you're not getting through Boss Rush with the Ginyu Force team. You know, you're not beating UI Goku's Dokkan event with the Ginyu Force team. It's going to be very good for new players for sure, because this Ginyu Force team probably could beat almost every single Dokkan event, you know, from like 2017 and you know, before. Like, you know, the only one the Ginyu Force team cannot beat is Super 17 because of Super 17's barrier. Like, all the Ginyu Force members' attacks are beam attacks, so they can't beat Super 17. But, you know, all of the old boss fights, you know, Gogeta, you know, Full Power Frieza, you know, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, like all the old boss fights the Ginyu Force team should be able to take down. The Ginyu Force unit themselves, they're okay. You know, Extreme type allies, 30% attack and defense, and then Ginyu Force allies get an additional 20% attack and defense. One reason I haven't graded so low is, again, only the Planet Namek Saga and the Ginyu Force arc, or Ginyu Force category are they on. The Planet Namek Saga, by the way, is going to have a lot of heroes on this team if it ever does get an official category leader. And, like, here we go. Like, a lot of the units on here are going to be hero units, so this Ginyu Force isn't even really going to be able to work well alongside them. That's why I had the Ginyu Force so low. Alright, so next we have LR Goku. Now, LR Goku, you know, he has some problems. It's difficult for him to super attack because he doesn't have great key links. He has some solid attack links, so, you know, he's got Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, the First Awakened, and Legendary Power, all good. First Awakened, of course, massive 25% attack link that, you know, UI Goku's got, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock has got, you know, SCR Super Saiyan God Goku have got. Those are units you are very likely to be using on the Pure Saiyan team. So, you know, they're gonna get massive, like, attack links with this LR Goku, which is useful. But again, his passive attack 10,000 is a bit light, defense 3,000 is a bit light, but he's still gonna give you, I think, more value on the Pure Saiyan team than the other previous LRs. I mean, maybe Tech LR Ginyu, but, like, outside of Tech LR Ginyu Force's own team, you're not really going to run that guy very often. So here's LR Goku. Next, we have the LR Androids. Now, the LR Androids were helped out, of course, because they have a very, very good category team now. The Android category team. Android 17, of course, is a fantastic leader, giving 3 ki to everyone on that team. Double 170% attack leader skill. So, you know, the LR Androids are able to hit, you know, pretty hard. But I've found that they're definitely lacking. To me, like, they seem less impressive than LR Goku, which is interesting to me because LR Goku on the Pure Saiyan team double 130% leader skill, whereas the LR Androids are a double 170% leader skill. So they're kind of tied in my eyes, but I got the LR Androids down here. Alright, now that we're past the LR Androids, we're going to start moving on to units that are a little bit better. So here we have LR Tn and Chiaotzu. Now, LR Tn and Chiaotzu, I think, is a very useful unit for the AGL Super Battle Road stage, which is one reason, even though they're not really on a good category team, they can actually provide, like, free-to-play players or normal players value for that Super AGL Super Battle Road stage. They're actually a decent unit. You know, it sucks a lot of these free-to-play LRs get these flat passive buffs, but, you know, this unit can still work very well linked up with, like, LR Trunks and Goten and several other units. I think if we would eventually get, like, a Z Fighters category, I think LR Tn and Chiaotzu could actually be a sneaky good option for that team. You know, links like Z Fighters, Shocking Speed, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power, probably going to be very common links on a Z Fighter category if we would ever get that. They could actually probably be pretty useful on a Saiyan Saga category as well. So we'll see if we ever get those, how useful LR Tn and Chiaotzu can be. Solid unit, though. Next, moving on to LR Hercule, or LR Mr. Satan. Now, this unit, he can help you a bit in the Majin Buu arc stage of Super Battle Road. He's not the greatest, but he can help a bit. But on that team, he is actually able to do pretty decent damage. As long as his passive goes off, the great chance of attack 20,000 and key 7, which should be about a 70% chance to activate, this Hercule or Mr. Satan card can easily get above a 1 million attack stat. You get above a 1 million attack stat, that is very good even nowadays. Now, outside of Super Battle Road, Hercule will be able to tank easily as well with the Mega Colossal Damage defense plus 50% for 3 turns. That's very substantial, so that's pretty useful. I'm going to be very curious to see if, when the World Tournament category, if this gets a Super Battle Road stage, that'll be interesting, because there are some sort of intriguing units in here, but units that, don't really work the best off of this category. But, like, this Hercule, with some of these links, he would work pretty well on that, that World Tournament team. So, I do hope that every single category gets a Super Battle Road stage at some point. I think there's a good chance of it. Even, like, the Namekian stage. But they got to give us, like, a Dokkan Fest Piccolo or Nail first. Like, we could get, like, I don't know, like, give us a Piccolo fused with Kami that has a different name than just Piccolo. I don't know, Piccolo and Kami or something like that. Or, like, how about okay, remember that moment in Dragon Ball Super where Piccolo was fighting with Gohan in the Tournament of Power? They're fighting the Universe 6 and Namekians. And Piccolo gets, kind of knocked down, and then he has the vision of Nail and Kami behind him, and then he's able to understand that the Universe 6 Namekians, have all their people absorbed in them. That's why they're so strong. Like, once we get those Namekians added to it, maybe, a new Piccolo with a different name, they could do stuff to buff that Namekian category. I would like to see them do that. Alright, but moving on to the next one, we have the physical LR Ginyu Force, who finally just came to Global. They're pretty useful. Not the greatest in terms of categories, but they're very, very helpful in extreme physical Super Battle Road. They're also very, very helpful, I think, on the Planet Namek Saga team. Once that does officially get a category lead, which I think it will at some point, they're going to be pretty good on that team to help the team out with the 3 key and attack 7,777. Not great that it's just a flat passive number, but that 3 key is always going to be incredibly helpful. They're a very solid unit. I think I would have liked to have seen them gotten a little buffed on Global, but they didn't. But, at least they're out on Global, right? 2 years later, but at least Global got it, so that's a good thing. They are a solid unit. I think on the next battlefield, at least some people should be able to awaken them to LR, and they are a pretty decent unit. Alright, so next we have LR Frieza. Now, LR Frieza, to me, might have been a little bit lower on the list until just recently. He got the Enhanced Transformation category. After testing, it's not difficult to get LR Frieza over a 2 million attack stat on the Enhanced Transformation category. LR Frieza just has such fantastic links. It helps him out so much. LR Frieza is a monster option on the Enhanced Transformation team. Good offensive and defensive units. Very, very solid there. The Prime Battle LRs are better than people think. LR Frieza, LR Trunks are quite good. LR Goku is solid, but he's fallen off a bit more. But again, LR Trunks and LR Frieza, I would say, are underrated. People don't realize they're as good as they are. So there's LR Frieza. Next, we're moving on. We have, this is the category Super Battle Road Reward Goku. This Goku is quite good. Number 1, his leader skill is very useful. All types, 3 key, 100% to stats. Pretty good. He does stun with his 12 key super, and then raises allies' attack on his 18 key super, which is helpful. He is a super class support unit, 2 key and 30%. He has a medium chance to dodge, and then if his health is below 50%, he'll give another 20% attack and defense to super class allies. Very, very helpful on the Pure Saiyan team. This Goku is a very sneaky and solid option. I think he's very, very useful. And again, I could see when the Pure Saiyan category Super Battle Road stage shows up, this guy could be a sneaky good option because of that chance to evade enemies' attacks. That will be very useful, as well as making, units like Evolution Blue Vegeta, maybe UI Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, LR Bardock, better so you could take down that Super Battle Road stage a little easier. Very good. All right, now at this point, now we're going to move on to these last 5 right here. I think are exceptional. All 5 of them are very, very good. LR Trunks. Now, people think LR Trunks is bad. I've heard people say LR Trunks is bad. That is not the case whatsoever. Here's why. LR Trunks on like a normal Dokkan event, right? You go in the UI Goku Dokkan event, or the Turles fight, or the Jiren fight, or something. He's a solid unit, right? But not like exceptional, because he doesn't have prepare for battle, which hurts. The fact that they didn't give him prepare for battle is so stupid. Like, get rid of Messenger from the future, please. This 500 attack link, that isn't it just him and Cell? Like, come on. He does not need that. It's dumb. Get rid of that and give him prepare for battle instead. He would have been a lot better off. But the most difficult mode, Super Battle Road. What is it about Super Battle Road? You're fighting multiple enemies. So Trunks, not only does he get attack 25,000, he gets an additional 20,000 attack and defense, and 8 ki when facing 2 or more enemies. He is amazing in Super Battle Road, which to me makes him worth it. Global players, when this LR Trunks comes out, farm him, grind him up, rainbow him. He will help immensely on the Hybrid Saiyan Super Battle Road stage. He dominates that stage. I believe I was able to beat the Hybrid Saiyan stage on my first try, and this LR Trunks had a big reason with that. He does a lot of damage, and he tanks. Oh, by the way, he's also a free-to-play Future Saga category leader. The Future team is it's a little wonky, but it's got some of the usual suspects that people love. You know, the Vegito Blue cards are on here. You know, LR Goku Black, Rose Goku Black. You know, those types of units are on that category. So, I know a lot of people will really like that. When the Future Saga gets a category Super Battle Road stage, this Trunks will dominate in that category Super Battle Road stage as well. This guy and LR Vegito Blue, are they going to mess that stage up? So, definitely make sure to farm this guy. How good this Trunks actually is in Super Battle Road makes me very curious to see how that Super Saiyan Vegeta Prime Battle LR is going to be. Because here's the thing, we know, that's the Android Saga Vegeta. When he first goes Super Saiyan, he was fighting 2 androids, just like this Trunks. So they could give him a similar passive. If they do, that Vegeta will be fantastic for any Super Battle Road stages, any categories he's on, which will be really nice to see. Moving on, we have Great Saiyan Man 1 and 2. Now, I know it might seem kind of surprising I have them this high. They dominate the Majin Buu Saga Super Battle Road category stage. They absolutely dominate it. They help so much. They are fantastic. Just for that alone, I've got them high up on this list. Because here's the thing. In my experience, the Buu Saga stage is pretty difficult. It's one of the harder stages, I think, along with the Hero and Extreme stages, and then the Realm of God stage and the Buu Saga stage. Those are like the 4 toughest Super Battle Road stages. And Great Saiyan Man 1 and 2, it's a free LR everyone can easily get. Easily rainbow. And they're a very good card. They're exceptional. So I really have them ranked highly. On 12 key Super, they get Seal Super Attack, which is so good. And then the 4 key is so helpful for the Majin Buu Saga team, which does not link that well. So LR Great Saiyan Man 1 and 2, very, very useful. Alright, so now we'll move out to the top 3. In the 3rd spot, I have 1000 Day Spirit Bomb Goku. This is the only LR in the game I personally do not have. Damn, do I wish I had this guy. He is very good. Very helpful on the Pure Saiyan team. Very helpful on the Buu Saga team. Very good for several Extreme Z Awakening events. Very good on Super Battle Road stages. The first time I ever beat Super SCR Super Battle Road was thanks to a friend, Spirit Bomb Goku. This guy is really, really solid. It's so difficult to get him. Logging in for 1000 days is not easy. If you've ever re-rolled, that puts you far off from being able to get this guy. He's a very good unit, good leader skill, good passive, he heals, useful in a lot of situations. He's a very good unit. I actually do think this is a pretty good gift for 1,000 days logged in. Like, he's actually quite useful. Alright, so now we'll move on to the top two. Everyone knows who the top two are. We have LR Metal Cooler Core and LR Vegito Blue. Now, here's the thing. You guys will see I've got LR Vegito Blue listed as number 1 right here. I chose to do that so I wouldn't have to deal with all the comments. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. The reason I got LR Vegito Blue as 1 and Metal Cooler as 2 is very simple. LR Vegito Blue is like the easiest unit in the game to Rainbow, which to me, that's a big deal. Like, you know, those Supreme Kai stages are easy, so easy, like, to do. They're not difficult whatsoever. Whereas LR Metal Cooler, man, he might be one of the most difficult units in the game to Rainbow because you have to get such a ridiculous amount of battlefield medals. Like, you know, what has there been? You know, 6, 7, 8 battlefields on JP Dokkan? And, like, I only have my 1 copy of LR Metal Cooler. You know, I haven't even gotten a dupe yet. And it's like 150,000 to get 4 dupes. And, like, you don't even get 150,000, you know, in, like, a full run through Dokkan Battlefield. So it will take a ridiculously long time to Rainbow LR Metal Cooler. Now, here's the thing, too. LR Metal Cooler, I think, at Rainbow, probably would beat out LR Vegito Blue. Because LR Vegito Blue, the attack and defense of 80% works fine, because he has very, very good stats. You know, he's able to tank incredibly well. He's able to do very good damage. You know, LR Vegito Blue, he's really good. He also raises his ki, which helps out a lot in terms of being able to, you know, super attack and super battle world stages and things like that. Now, LR Metal Cooler has the ability to get additional attacks, something LR Vegito Blue can't do. So if you've got good luck, this dude is going to be able to bust off multiple super attacks, which will really allow him, I think, to rack up more damage than LR Vegito Blue would. But again, here's kind of the thing. You guys know, Tech Vegito Blue and Physical Vegito Blue always drive me crazy because I never get good luck with them and their super attacks. So LR Metal Cooler, it's kind of the same thing, where it's like, you know, on paper, yeah, he's exceptional, but, you know, once I start using him, it's just super attack, 1 normal attack, and we're done. And it's like, oh, good, thanks, Metal Cooler. Whereas, you know, LR Vegito Blue, you bust him out, boom, he's dropping millions of damage instantly. Another low-key underrated thing about LR Vegito Blue is if you get his 12-key super, he does infinitely raise his attack and defense. Very helpful for, like, extreme Extreme Z-Awakening events, as well as Super Battle Road stages. Vegito Blue is amazing in the Realm of God stage. That is the hardest stage in Super Battle Road, and it's very useful having him around. He's able to tank quite good. He's very good in the Potara stage, and he'll be very good in the future Saga stage as well. LR Metal Cooler, likewise, is very good in the Revived Warrior stage. And, you know, once Movie Bosses gets an actual stage, he's going to be really good there. Both of these units are very good. They have amazing link sets. They have the same leader skill, 1 super class, 1 extreme class. Definitely the 2 best free-to-play LRs in the game. Probably the 2 best free-to-play units overall in the game as well. They don't compete, I don't think, with the summonable LRs. They're just not, like, I know it would be nice to say, like, oh, you know, LR Vegito Blue, you know, he's better at least than, like, LR Bardock, but he's not. Like, LR Bardock is definitely better than these 2 units, but they are very, very good, considering they are free-to-play units. So, there we go, guys. There is my list, the order I have for the free-to-play LRs. Let me know what y'all think. I'm sure a lot of people will be upset about my low placement of the LR Tech Ginyu Force, but, you know, there's just not really that much use out of them, I feel like. Once you get good units, you don't need to use the Ginyu Force team anymore. So, thanks guys for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.